Welcome everybody. We are live. My name is Connor and this is Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto markets. We're just getting settled in. We haven't done a live stream in about 2 weeks now. So we're going to get back into the flow of the Sunday weekly live streams. I personally really enjoy doing them on Sunday, so hope that you guys do enjoy them as well. But we have a lot to talk about today. The market has been slow, as we do know. Over the past few months, we've been going sideways. So we're going to be taking a look at the market, but we're also going to be discussing the bigger picture in today's stream, because it's very important that we keep our eyes focused on the bigger overall picture, the fundamentals, the macro analysis. Because if you can see the bigger picture, then you would know that, not financial advice, but you would know that it might be wise to double down, because where the world is headed and where the crypto markets are headed, I do think we have a lot of upside. So let's wait for everybody to get settled in right now. We got some people in the chat. What's going on, everybody? We got Stephen Craig Mitchell saying, looking forward to the stream. Hey, Stephen, thank you for being here. We also have our guy, Mahisa Varan. I don't know how to pronounce your name, dude, but thank you for being here. He's saying, please advise on Litecoin. We'll take a look at Litecoin later on. All right, let's wait for everybody to get settled in here. First order of business. Let me go ahead and switch my camera. All right, first order of business, let's just take a look at the market cap overall as a whole, see where everything's at. So Bitcoin's still trading at $34,000. We're going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the charts in just 1 minute, so bear with me, stick with me until the very end of the video. Ethereum trading at $21.50. We have EIP 1559 around the corner. All right. A lot of people are saying it's priced in. A lot of people are saying that it's not priced in. Personally, I do think it's priced in. But we'll see how the market reacts. Right now, if you haven't noticed, whenever there is a bullish narrative that comes out in the media, anything that's bullish that happens and it's announced in the media, price does nothing. And that's not a good indication for a continuation of the bull run. But with that being said, there are a lot of very powerful forces suppressing, right? They don't want, because countries are making it legal tender. We have El Salvador making it legal tender. Paraguay saying they're going to pass a bill on July 14th. Like, it's taking over, and there's some very powerful forces out there that want to keep it silent. So in my opinion, I really think this is large-scale market manipulation, like on a very, very grand world scale. All right, Litecoin trading at $135, $9 billion market cap. A lot of questions about Solana as well. We'll take a look at Solana trading at $32, $8.8 billion market cap. Guys, I remember looking at Solana forever at like $3 or $4, right? So we're also going to be discussing really how to set yourself up to profit from the next leg up in the market, because that really should be your main focus right now. If you didn't get what you wanted after this previous bull run, your main and sole focus and goal should be to position yourself to capture life-changing gains during this next leg up in the market. If you're not thinking about that, you and I, we can't really be friends, right? We need to be focused on the same vision, the same bigger picture. So we're going to be focusing, we're going to be talking strategies on really how to set your portfolio up for success. Again, it goes without saying, not financial advice, but I'm seriously going to give you some actionable pieces to have marinate in your brain. And if you decide to take action on it, that is your doing. But again, I'm going to give you the ideas. It's up to you to implement any tools given. All right, so with that being said, we're going to take a look at Twitter, some Twitter wisdom. All right, we got our guy Zusu saying, small minds discuss profit loss. Medium minds discuss position. Large minds discuss thesis. And that's what we're talking about, right? The overall bigger picture here with mainly Bitcoin, but the overall cryptocurrency market, because blockchain technology is slowly changing the world for the better, as long as it is used properly to change the world for the better. It's just like everything. Everything in life can either be used for good or evil. So it's up to your interpretation and how you do go about utilizing the tools. So what he's saying, small minds, like if you get upset because you lose a trade, or you get overly elated because you win a trade, that's very small thinking, right? It's very like narrow, kind of selfish thinking. That's only about yourself. But I'm not saying don't go bank that coin. You should be banking that coin. That should always be on the forefront of your mind. But you need to look past that, right? And you shouldn't be discussing, oh, you know, are you in this coin, are you in that coin? You need to be looking at the bigger picture here, especially during these moments of downtime in the market, when the market isn't exciting, when people are leaving because they're getting bored, when people are selling, they're capitulating their position, they're giving up. These are the times to discuss the overall bigger picture so you don't lose faith on really what's happening here, because it's a huge shift, huge shift in how everything works in the world with cryptocurrency. So we're in the right place, we're at the right time, right? We're blessed with this opportunity, seriously. No other moment in history, or these moments do happen in history, but they're like every few hundred years, where a huge like technological shift happens and you're able to essentially capitalize on it. So we're pretty lucky that we get to be here and participate in this. So let's count our blessings and let's bank that coin. That's what we're all here for, of course. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to check out the chat. Let's see what's going on. EOS. Hi, brother, fan of you. Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Will the bull market kick in? Will BTC touch 100K? I do think Bitcoin will touch 100K by the end of the year. We'll be discussing my hypothesis for that in just 1 minute. Priced in, we'll take all the type we can get. Yeah, exactly, Tristan. We got Dre was saying, what's good, Empire? Dre, thanks for being here, my guy. How do you think central bank digital currency is going to affect crypto market going forward? Yeah, so that's great question. That's kind of in regards to what I was talking about, like being used for good or evil, right? Central bank digital currency, it's surveillance, it's total loss of freedom, loss of privacy. They can literally delete your account. You can't spend money in certain places. That's not what we want here. Bitcoin, peer-to-peer, decentralized, nobody controls it. No governing body. Cross-border payments wherever in the world, right? It's complete freedom. Although it is highly trackable, so that's why we have coins such as Monero and Pirate Chain, privacy coins. But that's like going to that next step. For now, we need to we need to get the first big domino to fall, which is Bitcoin. So with CBDCs, it's going to be like a very big battle, I think. I mean, it's going to be good, but the thing is, it's going to give you're going to lose a lot of control with that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of game theory. It's literally a game of chess happening before our eyes right now. So we'll see how it plays out. Hello, Crypto Empire. Could you take a look at ADA? Yes, we'll look at ADA for sure. Hi, Connor. Jan, what's going on, Jan? They are evil. Hey, man. That's how it is, bro. Can you take a look at Icon? Okay, so we have a lot of requests for altcoins. With that being said, let's take a look at the Bitcoin price chart. All right, we'll take a look at Bitcoin, get into some altcoins, and then get into the strategies as well to position yourself for the next leg up. All right, so starting off, take a look on the daily. So you guys notice how I have this gray box down here, and I can just extend this right. And basically, there is a lot of liquidity, a lot of confidence in this $30,000 price level for Bitcoin. Notice how no candles are really closing beneath 31,500 in this overall range we're in over here, okay? So this is saying that there is a lot of confidence in this zone. This is where Elon Musk did buy his Bitcoin, right around this $30,000 level. Then, of course, it took off over here. After Elon Musk did buy, Michael Saylor, his average cost is about $25,000, $26,000. Where this candle went down to. So overall, this whole area, there's a lot of confidence in the market. So personally speaking, I don't think we're going to break beneath it, right? I don't think we're going to go beneath this level. I think the bottom is in. It's pure speculation, of course. But this is what my intuition is telling me. Could be wrong, but that's what I believe. But anyway, if we take a look at the 4-hour, basically, I mean, we kind of had this descending triangle, right? Using this box as the bottom, and we're still just going sideways, right? It's really really boring right now. It's super boring. And even on a smaller scale, we have pretty much a top over here. Right? You can draw it like this. So literally price is playing ping pong between 36K and 30K. We're going up, down, up, down, up, down. So we do have, we're making a series of higher highs and higher lows over here, which is bullish. But at the same time, we're also making lower highs and lower lows on this scale, on this trend line. So overall, I think this week we're probably going to continue chopping around. Some altcoins have been pumping recently. Like you guys saw Terra Luna pump like 40% this week. A few other altcoins pumping. So there's a lot of interest in the market. People know that crypto is here to stay. They're not exiting. Yes, they're in stable coins. Some of the weak hands, of course, sold everything and left the market completely. But people understand the fundamentals of what's going on here. And like I've said in my previous videos this week, they don't want to sell into a bank and deal with all the troubles that come with dealing with the crypto in your bank account. Like they can freeze you, they can lock you out, whatever. It's a pain. So people are in stable coins on exchanges waiting. They're just patiently waiting to see what happens, right? Me personally as well. I'm just kind of waiting right now. Yes, I'm dollar cost averaging into some positions. When we get into our strategy about how to position yourself for the next leg up, we'll be going further into detail about that. But really overall, nothing too crazy is happening in the price charts right now, right? If we wanted to drop it down to a lower time frame and, day trade and stuff like that, you can definitely do it trading in these ranges. But honestly, it's not ideal trading conditions by any means. So with that being said, let's take a look at the bigger picture. Let's take a look and talk about the stock to flow model for a second. Because the stock to flow model, which has held up very nicely since the start of Bitcoin, basically what the stock to flow is it takes into consideration the 4-year halvings of Bitcoin. And essentially, every 4 years, Bitcoin becomes more scarce because the block reward is cut in half. Right now, the current block reward is 900 Bitcoins per day that are mined. In 2024, that's going to go to 450, and then it'll halve every 4 years until I think it's like 2138. There will be no more Bitcoin left to mine, and it will just be like pure transaction fees paying people essentially running nodes. So with that being said, stock to flow is a great way to kind of see where we are at on the bigger picture of things. So this is the stock to flow model chart basically. And we are currently right here, June 2021. So if we look over here, this is the 2013 bull market. This is the 2017 bull market. And now we're in the 2020, 2021 bull market. And notice how we're lagging behind here, right? We took a large sell-off. And so if we look at previous data, right? Let's look at previous data here. In 2013, notice how price was not really underneath the main stock to flow line, the baseline, right? Price was like overshooting it. It was front running it. Pretty much the entire bull market, price was above this line, front running it. Then we entered into the bear market. And then 2016, we start to break out to the upside again. And notice how it was lagging behind way more than 2013, right? Price didn't actually have that parabolic run and burst above the baseline until the end of the year. So in 2017, it was lagging behind. Now what happened was, as you can see over here, we shot up very quickly and we broke the line. We broke the line in January, February, March, right? When we were having the crazy altcoin season. Bitcoin shot up to 65K. So we really went up very high very quickly. So now we're facing the consequences. Nothing goes straight up. We're having a correction. We're having a pullback. But with that being said, if we look at 2017, we were lagging behind the entire time. So really, with where we're at right now, we're kind of right on track still. If we drop down lower, yes, that would be bearish, of course. But if we look at previous data, I seriously think this is going to have another one of these huge peaks. It's going to end up somewhere over here, I think towards the end of the year, right? With Bitcoin hitting at least $100,000. Personally, I think it's going to hit $150,000. So we're right on track with the stock to flow. We went up too high too quickly. Now we're pulling back. Now we're consolidating, waiting for the next leg up in the market. So don't panic is what I'm trying to tell you by explaining this chart right now. We're really right on par with everything, but you need to exercise patience. It might take another month, 2 months, 3 months for the market to really start to pick up again and to have this stock to flow chart start to, break out to the upside. But yeah, guys, this is a stock to flow. Um, we're right on track at this moment in time. So let's take a look at the chat. What's going on, everybody? Looks like we have to make a move within the next 2 days. Yeah, for sure. But I think we're going to stay in the range personally. Yeah, diamond hands for the Empire. No doubt about that. Okay, so that's stock to flow. I did mention countries making Bitcoin legal tender. So Paraguay lawmakers to present Bitcoin bill on July 14th. So a bunch of congressmen from South American nations all have the laser eyes in their Twitter profiles now. And they all understand that they're going to continue using their fiat money from the central banks, the 84 central banks across the world. They will have no economic prosperity. They are completely reliant on the central banks for their policies, for their regulations, and they have no free market. So these South American countries are wising up to the fact that they need Bitcoin, and they're wising up to the fact that it's going to put them ahead of the rest of the world. So the first big domino already fell with El Salvador. El Salvador, absolutely critical. World Bank denying them any help. Media, complete FUD smear campaign on El Salvador and how it's bad, how Bitcoin is bad for the environment. But the news keeps on coming up that these countries want to make Bitcoin legal tender. So Paraguay isn't the only one, right? We can look at this list of countries. Paraguay is second on the list. Also Panama, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, right? There's also talks of Malta in Europe, right? Malta is a tax haven, beautiful Mediterranean country. Haven't been there myself, but I would love to go one day. And basically, they really care about their freedom over there in Malta. It's a tech hub right now. A bunch of blockchain companies have been moving over there since 2018 because it's very crypto friendly. So there's like a little earthquake brewing underneath the surface right now, and it's going to absolutely erupt. So don't get shaken out. Seriously, this is going to erupt so big, it's going to be so bullish, and these countries are literally going to fall like a domino, making Bitcoin legal tender, one after the other, because we have a very, like I said before, this is a game of chess on the world stage right now, right? It's game theory. Bitcoin is the scarcest asset in the world. There's only 21 million. These countries are making it legal tender. It's going to be most likely the one world currency, if all goes well, of course. So the earlier you are to adopt it and build the systems and the infrastructure in your country, the more prosperity your country is going to have. And if you're a government that wants your country to succeed, well, then you will go ahead and make Bitcoin legal tender. So don't get shaken out. Be prepared for what is coming. The storm is coming, right? No pun intended. Bitcoin is going to happen. Right now it's very gradual, very slowly teetering along, but it's going to happen suddenly. So please be ready for it. Stack your sats. Trade your alts, right? Make crazy gains, but have that stash. Not financial advice. Okay, so with that being said, we covered a lot of what I wanted to cover in terms of thesis and what's going on in the market. So we can start taking a look at altcoins right now. Let's see what's going on in chat. Can you do some W and M pattern trading tutorials? Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll take a look at the chart and see if anything comes up. 88 question, digital yuan, will that affect 88 presence in Africa? That's kind of a deep question. I'm not sure if the digital yuan China... Nah, I don't really think so, dude. It might, but yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question if China will affect the 88 presence in Africa. Why isn't crypto moving? Because we are in a period of consolidation, and after periods of crazy volatility, we have periods of consolidation. Then after periods of consolidation, we have periods of crazy volatility. So this is the current market cycle. Be prepared for the next crazy volatility market cycle that is coming very soon. You need to be prepared for it. So don't get too bored, because guess what? It's going to erupt again, and you don't want to miss it. We got Rigoberto in the chat. Rigoberto, what up, Empire? What's going on, homie? Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah, I salute these guys for going to war with the IMF. No doubt. No doubt. All right, we got 24 viewers and we have 9 likes. Guys, if you're watching this right now, let's get some hype in the chat. Smash that like button. Support the channel. Get this out to more eyes out there. And let's grow the crypto empire. Let's spread the word that cryptocurrency is here to stay. And you have the ability to profit from it immensely. So please smash that like button. Share this stream with your friends and family. Let's get everybody into this stream. Please do that. I greatly appreciate it. So we have a lot of requests. I think one of the first ones was Litecoin. All right, so let's just go ahead and chart out Litecoin and see if we can find some solid examples to go off here. I haven't taken a look at Litecoin in a long time, actually, the chart. So let's start looking on the daily. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is pretty much see how much we have retraced from back in September. So yeah, right at the 78.6 retracement. Very interesting. You love to see that, really. Price isn't closing underneath the 78.6. So this is being used as support right now. And this lines up very nicely with this previous level here. There's a lot of liquidity here. You can call this a demand zone. It's a big one, but yeah, for sure. From $96 to about $125. That's the demand zone that's holding up right now. And so here's the thing. The market is uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen next. It all depends on which way Bitcoin does break out. Like I said, I do personally think the bottom is in. So if I think the bottom is in, let's go off of that thesis on how to play Litecoin right now. So we're using the 78.6 retracement as support. We know that, right? So what I'm going to look for essentially is a retest of this low before we actually go ahead and move higher, right? Something like that. So how do we know where it's going to actually retest? Well, we can, again, take our fib and look for a fractal here. And we can see that the golden pocket is over here at about $120, $115, $109. So let's drop this down to a 4-hour chart, see if we can see something better. Okay, so yeah, the golden pocket looks good to me, right? We have demand zone over here, low over here. So I would draw it like this, really. Okay. So for Litecoin, this would be your essentially buy zone, not financial advice. But for a trade, this is what you would be looking out for. I think you can definitely at least catch a scalp out of this area. Now, one thing that is awesome, like one thing that we need to actually consider that is good about this huge crash that we had with all cryptos, right? We dropped 73% on Litecoin, is it gives us more data to predict where we are going to go in the future, right? Now we can take an extension level for the fib and see which levels come up. So with the fib, now we have $600 as our 0.618 extension level. We have $721. We have $900 and $1,030. Okay, so this is giving us more data to work off. The fact that we had this, new high and then we're making lows now. We can take our fib and put some extension levels on the chart and see when this market does recover. These are going to be levels where you're going to want to take profit. Let me explain why, and I'll use a very broad example for that. We'll look at the total 2. Okay, so we're looking on the daily at the total 2 right now, and basically, we'll use a 2-day so we can really kind of zoom out. So this is the 2-day chart for the total this is the total crypto market cap. All right, Bitcoin included in this. We're currently at a $1.38 trillion market cap. All-time high is $2.557 trillion. Okay, so this was the 2013 bull market. Right, this is what happened a few months ago when Bitcoin shot up to 65K and alts were going bananas. How would we know that price would stop at 2.55 trillion? Well, nobody knows for sure, but there's metrics, there's tools to measure. We can use the fib extension, right? And we can take it from the all-time high of 2018 to the bear market lows. And we can see, let's put our next level on the chart here. Let's put in negative 2.618. Bam. The 2.618 level is literally exactly at $2.5 trillion. Now, this is me looking at it after the fact. It's very easy to use hindsight and be like, oh, $2.5 trillion. That's where you should have sold. No, we're looking at it after the fact now. So, of course, it's easy for me to give this example. But use this information because right now, what are we doing? We're pulling back after we created a high. We're going to be able to put a new extension level on the chart and see where we may go next. So now we know where to take profit during the next leg up and lock in our gains. Because if you don't realize your profit, then you never had any profit in the first place. All right. So yeah, that's why you need to look at things on the grander, bigger picture. This is data going back from 2018 to the bear market low, and it pointed us exactly to where the market did top out. So use these tools, all right? Don't get caught up in all the noise, all the RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, etc., etc., etc. Look at the bigger picture here. This is what's going on, okay? So now let's just say that we do have the bottom now in the crypto market. Let's say we're not going to go lower than this wick at $1.122 trillion. So if that's the case, well then we can prepare, right? We can just use this as an example and see where we may head next. So we have $3.47 trillion, $4 trillion, $5 trillion, and $5.5 trillion about. Okay, so these are going to be good metrics to, take some chips off the table, realize some gains. Go put your down payment on your house. Go on that world travel trip you want to go on. Whatever. Take some money off the table and go enjoy your life when these levels are hit. Use these levels as a guide, as a reference in the future, and bank that coin. Okay, so always check the fib extension levels. It's crazy how accurate they are, guys. The Fibonacci ratios, the sequences. It's like, I don't know if you're really into like the whole sacred geometry thing or whatever, but that's kind of really what it is. It's crazy how accurate it is. Okay, so let's see. We had another one for ADA. Let's look at ADA. I'm going to look at a different chart. It's too much going on there. Let's look at Coinbase. We'll look at Bitfinex, actually. I need data that goes back. Yeah, I want data that goes back a while. Look at Kraken. Okay, ADA. So I've charted ADA quite a bit, and really it's not much has changed. We have the crucial level that must be held down here at like $1. Right? This is like a lot of confidence here at the $1 level for ADA. Every time price drops down to $1, it just gets bought right back up. So I do remember this day when we tested that $1. This is the day like everybody was selling off. So we're bouncing hard from it. If we do retrace, $1.15. Yeah, I don't think ADA is going to break $1. We got smart contracts, Alonzo hard fork rolling out soon. Look, regardless of what you think about Cardano, it has the community behind it. It's got the movement, the true believers out there. Yes, there's no dApps. You can't do anything on Cardano really except for stake. But it has potential, right? We'll see what happens. And I mean, you can draw that trend line down. It's not that exciting. I'm, of course, looking at the daily price chart. Nothing has really been happening on the daily. We're just going sideways. Right? This is pure sideways price action for, if we go on the daily, for 2 months. Right? We're going sideways for 2 months. So hang in there, right? I'm hodling my ADA. I mean, this is a descending triangle. You could call this a W as well on the higher scale, right? We have a low here, lower low here. It's not a great W. It's not really what we look for to trade a reversal pattern, but nonetheless, right? We have lower low than a higher low. But ADA goes back down to $1. That's your buy zone. That's how I'm looking at it from the bigger perspective here. We're not going to dig into like the 15-minute time frame and look for like scalping opportunities on stream. But yeah, nothing too crazy going on with ADA. And also for the sake of it, let's look at the chart and give our Fibonacci extension example again, right? So that you guys can, because I want to really hit home and ingrain this in your head of how kind of accurate this is, so that you start using it in your own trading. So it's not an exact metric, of course, but it's a general metric. So the $2.11 price level was the 61.8 extension level for Cardano from the previous bull market, right? When we topped out at $1.31. Now we topped out at $2.46. And, you know, if you use the fib level as a guide and you said, okay, I'm going to sell a large, let's say you were accumulating Cardano all throughout the bear market, and you said, okay, at this first 61.8 extension level, I'm going to sell half of my bag of Cardano. And if you use that, well then, like, you pretty much hit the top, okay? So great tool, guys. Start using the fib extension for your profit targets. It's very simple. You take the previous high, drag it down to the low, and then you get your extension level. And that's really all there is to it. Okay, so hope this one helps you. Definitely take it home with you. Okay, so I'll check the chat in just 1 second, but I want to cover something pretty important right now. Let me see what's going on. How many people do we have in stream? We got 26 viewers, 21 viewers, 14 likes. Got 7 people watching this right now haven't liked the stream. Go ahead and hit that like button. 19 viewers, hit that like button. Let's go. Let's bring the likes up. But one thing that I want to talk to you about, did I just have my full face on the entire time? No, I hope not. No, I don't think so. Let me know in chat if I did. What I want to talk to you about today is cleaning up your portfolio. So it's very important that you are not spread too thin. Because when you're spread too thin, it's like, think of your desk, your workspace. When you have a messy workspace and there's a bunch of papers everywhere and you're all unorganized and you don't know where anything is, it makes it very hard to be a high performer, to really make the most out of what you're doing. But if you keep everything clean, concise, organized, you know where everything is, you have your goals, you have your plans in mind, well, it's very easy, it makes it way easier to have success in what you are doing. And this is why I want to talk to you about cleaning up your portfolio. And basically how altcoin market cycles work as well. So, with that being said, let's hop back into the computer. Connor, can't see chart on screen. Oh my god, yeah, so I'm sorry guys, that was bad. I just did all that explaining without showing you guys the chart. I apologize. Chart, bro. Okay, so I think you guys missed my entire Cardano analysis. Basically, put it back on the screen. If you take the previous all-time high from 2018 and you take it the 61.8 fib extension level, right? You didn't exactly catch the top, but you pretty much caught the exact top over here. So if that was your plan to sell, well then, you know, you did better than 99.9% of traders. So that was the point I was trying to make. Again, I apologize for not showing my screen. That being said, let's talk about cleaning up your portfolio. So what I recommend, really, pick like 3 to 5. You can go up to 10 if you really want to. I wouldn't go higher than 10 by any means. But really pick 3 to 5 altcoins that you really think, that you believe in, that will do well. And plan your maximum profit strategy off of that. So it really depends on who you are as an individual and what you do believe in. Because if we look at the market cap, literally pretty much everything here went like at least 10x this last market cycle. So if everything goes 10x, like Luna went way higher than 10x, right? Celsius again way higher than 10x since like over a year. A lot of coins went 50 to 100x. So if these coins are going 10x, 50 to 100x, that means that you don't need to be right on every single one, and it's actually going to be way more beneficial to you if you concentrate your holdings and don't have $100 in 20 different coins. Instead, have $2,000 or $1,000 in two different coins, and if they go 100x, well then that's 200k. If they go 20x, that's 20k. Both of them, that's 40k. And if you're starting with $2,000 and you go to 40k, that's pretty substantial. Okay, so what I want to point your attention to right now is basically crypto market cycles. So I'm going to start off by showing Zilliqa, and we're going to essentially analyze where Zilliqa pumped. Let me just clean this up. So we'll start looking. So the market crash of last year was here in May 2020. So we were at that moment in time a third of a cent on Zilliqa, okay? And then we had the summer DeFi pump, and it went up 760%. That's like an 8-9x, okay? And then over here it really started in November, and the first leg up ended around Christmas time, okay? So we'll say like November, late November is when the Zilliqa rally really started. And now this is just an arbitrary example, so I'm just going to write that down just so we can remember it. Late November. You guys will see where I'm going with this in 1 second. Okay, so let's look at another altcoin that went bananas. Kusama. Perfect. Kusama. So we can see with Kusama that late November over here, it hadn't started yet. Right? This Zilliqa was already starting to really pump, go parabolic. If we look at Zilliqa, it really had a top out around Christmas time over here, then it pulled back before its next leg up. But I remember this run. It went from like 1 cent to like 10 cents. It was at 8 cents for a while, right? That's like a 10x in a month's time. Kusama, on the other hand, let me go back to Kusama. In this same period of time, went up like 3x. Or actually, if we go to Christmas, right, with Zilliqa, it went up like 2x. So Zilliqa in this period of time went up 10x. Kusama went up 2x. So the point I'm trying to make here is that altcoins don't all move at the same time. So when you're spread so thin and you have $1,000 in this coin and $500 in Avalanche, and $400 in Theta, and then $2,000 in Polkadot, and you're just all over the place, it makes it very hard to have your strategy in place so you know when to take money off of the table and convert your altcoins back into Bitcoin or back into dollars, whatever your strategy is. Because all these coins don't move at the same time. Their market cycles are different. Not everything moves in unison. It's weeks to months apart. So if you concentrate your holdings and you're only holding 3 to 5 very strong, solid projects, altcoins, well then when one starts to pump and you already have your levels in mind when you want to take profit, it makes it very easy to sit your butt down at your computer and execute your plan that you have mapped out. And that goes back to another thing. You need to have your plan set in place ahead of time, right? So I'm really trying to drive home the point right now within the Telegram community and the Discord community. Concentrate your holdings, right? Don't spread yourself too thin. Let's say you got $10,000 to invest right now. If you put like $3,300 in 3 projects, and like we said, most of these coins went 10x this past market cycle. So you put $3,300 into 3 coins, and minimum, let's say you pick very strong projects, good picks, and they go minimum 10x. When you just turned, 10K into like, maybe you don't hit 100,000, right? You don't sell at the exact top, but you can turn 10K into multiples, right? If you just concentrate your holdings, you have patience, and then you sell when they do pump. It's not that hard. You don't need to be a brilliant technical analysis and know how to use all the indicators and yada, 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 yada. No, literally, you buy low and you sell high. And you don't spread yourself too thin so your mind isn't cluttered and you're like, oh no, I have this one and you know, it went up 2x, but I'm not going to sell ever. And like, that's not how you win in crypto. So this lesson, you know, I could have personally applied it better this last market cycle, but really we're all here to learn together. We're all here to profit together, and I'll share my mistakes. I have no problem doing so that everybody can learn and benefit from it, because wise people know you learn from other people's mistakes so you don't have to go through them yourself. So really dial that in, concentrate your holdings, pick those strong projects, and you'll set yourself up for success in the future. Seriously, you can make life-changing money in the cryptocurrency markets. Tristan saying you explained it great even without the chart. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Take profit using fib. Good analysis. Are you planning to make more edutainment videos? How do you control emotions during these side trends? So yeah, I mean, I like creating all kinds of videos. I really do like the educational side of cryptocurrency. You know, there's so much nonsense out there with content nowadays. People like TikTokers and whatever making their reels and their TikToks like 30 seconds, like with their analysis that like doesn't really tell you anything. It's completely open-ended. So I really try to dial in points in my content and you know, help you to leave with at least something valuable. But yeah, I like making funny content as well, so maybe we'll get more into that. And how do you control your emotions? You understand the bigger picture. You understand what's going on here, and you have your plan in place, and you stick to your plan, and you have faith and conviction in your plan that it will play out until proven otherwise, until it's invalidated. And if it's invalidated, then you go back to the drawing board and you come up with a new plan. But if you have that clarity, it's very easy to control your emotions despite what's happening around you, right? In the world or the crypto markets, whatever. Have your plan in place, and you need tunnel vision. And that is how you control your emotions. What do you appreciate for show your markup on ADA? I think you guys saw that one. Zill, very good point about spreading the portfolio too thin. Love that. Yes, definitely take that one with you. All right, we'll go look at Icon. We have a lot of Icon requests. Can you explain how you categorize TradingView lists when you get a chance? Yes, Steven, we can definitely do that. We'll head back into TradingView. So basically, yeah, you have your watch list section. You can create a new list. But what I really do recommend is you have your broad list, right? Like these are like all of the major altcoins that I take a look at. Really, you categorize it as Bitcoin, right? That's why I have Bitcoin up here first. Then you have the majors. The majors, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Polkadot, Litecoin, like the ones that everybody knows about. These are the majors. And then you have, like you can also call these blue chips. Aave would be one as well. And then you have the rest of the altcoin market. So why I have my chart set up like this with the Bitcoin pair and the USDT pair is I can just scroll down and I can see what's green and what's red very easily. I can see, okay, Bitcoin's up. I can scroll down. I can see that for the most part, everything is green except for some altcoin Bitcoin pairs. So that means that Bitcoin dominance is most likely rising right now. So the way I have my my chart set up is I can just take a look at this and just see the overall market at a glance and see what's doing what. I can see if altcoins are pumping while the blue chips are lagging and Bitcoin's going sideways. I can see if Bitcoin is pumping and altcoins are bleeding out. So that's why I have my chart set up like this. And then you can make new watch lists. Where you know I have DeFi tokens, smart contract blockchains. I got some stonks in here that I look at, whatever. Yeah, so that's how I set up my watch list. But we have an ICX request. Somebody is really eager on me taking a look at Icon, so let's do it. Okay, so it's had a very large sell-off, down 81%. Very interesting. So let's see if we can get a chart that pulls even more data back. Kraken. No. Binance was better. Okay. So icon. So what I see, guys, this high over here, we'll draw a horizontal line on the chart, and we can see that's pretty much where price did stop. Okay, so support resistance flip. If we look on the left, we can see this was also used as an area of resistance in the past. Okay, so levels, price has memory. Price remembers important levels on the price chart. Like, ingrain that statement in your head. Price has memory. Always check to the left and see why something happens. And if you're trading, well, then check to the left and mark it on your chart and know that's a high probability place on the chart that price is going to change direction. So price has memory. Price stopped at these previous levels of resistance. Now it is being used as support. Okay, one can even call this a demand zone, right? We have this rally, base, like a lot of basing candles. Not ideal, but nonetheless, you can definitely call this a zone. It's a huge one, right? It's not, definitely not picture perfect by any means, but that's demand, right? We know this is where the buyers are stepping in on the price chart. So I doubt we're going to go beneath this level for icon. I doubt it, unless we have a huge multi-year bear market or a flash crash black swan event. I don't think we're going to go past this level. So if you're looking to get in, well, then you would probably want to start buying. What I'm looking at right now, you see these candle wicks over here? This is really where the start of the liquidity is. So I'll draw my green box to the top of these candle wicks, and right now we're right pretty much in it. So what I would recommend is you're in the buy zone, right? If you want to play this from a longer term perspective and not, this is a 3-day chart also. Probably a way better picture on the daily. So yeah, I mean, this is a parallel channel as well, right? We're starting to break out of this flag a little bit and retest the trend line. So it looks like we're kind of starting a breakout, right? We just broke out, now we're retesting to validate it. Looks decent. Does look pretty decent, right? We have this trend line, we're going higher. We have decent volume. We need volume to pick up though. But to be safe. Now, if we're going to play this one safe, if we're going to play this breakout trade, what I would do is I would wait for price to break above these candle wicks over here at $1.18. If you're going to play the breakout, wait for price to clear these levels, and I would write it up if you want a shorter term scalp. This is going to be an area of take profit. It's an area of resistance. And then, I mean, really over here as well, right? You can, this whole area is like a supply zone. So that's how I would play icon right now for a trading opportunity. I would play the breakout because, again, we don't know if we're going to drop lower. I'm bullish, but I don't want to be held responsible if we see a huge crash and you're like, oh, Connor told you to go long. Like, relax. But yeah, play the breakout. Wait for price to break these wicks and then ride it up to the supply zone. That's what I see for icon. It does look good. Let's see. Some news saying BNB will boom. How far technically? We'll look at BNB right now. Get your stables ready, people. I love it, Trey. I love it. BNB can go higher. Yeah, BNB will definitely go higher, right? It is a market leader. It has established itself. Now, how high? Let me get rid of this mess before we discuss that. Got too many lines to count. There we go. That works. Okay, so how high will BNB go? So, I mean, BNB really, it was like the showstopper this past run, right? Binance Smart Chain was such a power move, and it did so much for the whole BNB ecosystem. So price went nuts. So for our next legs up, I mean, we'll put the 0.27 on the chart for fun. So our first level would be after we break the all-time high, which I do think is going to happen. Our first level to be looking at is $823, about $825. Nice psychological round number, makes sense. Then we have $991, call it $1,000. Again, makes sense. Definitely think it's possible for BNB to be reaching these levels when the market does recover. Everything's going to go crazy. And we did have a question about the W chart pattern. Well, this is a perfect W. What the W is, it's the double bottom. Okay, double bottom W, same exact scenario, just a different way to say it. Okay, so this is one bottom here, then we have this slightly higher low, and this would categorize as your W chart pattern. Okay, so whenever you see this, this is a trend reversal signal, so this is bullish. And also if we take out our fib, and we chart this, we can see that the 88.6. So the 88.6 is the textbook. Whenever we have this huge steep drop, right, we retrace. Pretty much. Let me explain this. Some blank space. Basically, if you're looking to trade the W, the pattern looks like a very steep drop. You retrace, then realistically you pull back, you retest the retrace, and then you go for the W, and then you start going higher. So this is how the pattern looks. This is the fractal. Okay, this happens over and over and over again, and you look to go long here at like the 78.6 or the 88.6. So with BNB, that's exactly what happened over here, right? We had the steep drop, retrace, pull back, slight retest, and then W, and now we go higher. So it looks good. And again, we have this parallel channel. All these alts are really doing this right now, like these parallel channels. They're breaking up to the upside after retesting the bottom. I think the bottom's in. I really do think the bottom is in. I think everything will start picking back up soon. I don't know if it's going to be this week. I don't know if it's going to be the week after that, but I think everything will start picking back up again very soon. We'll see what happens. Okay, any more requests? Let's check chat. Get your stables ready, people. Guys, I actually have to go show some houses soon. So before we do wrap the stream up, I'm really enjoying it. Thank you all for being here. But if you have any questions, please ask them now. Okay. We'll take a look at the market. I want to see what's pumping today. Yes, synthetics up 63% on the week. Luna 47% on the week. KCS. I don't know if Coin McDog is here. I don't see him in chat. But hey, Coin McDog, shout out to you. And I already know. I don't even have to ask. You've been stacking your Qcoin tokens, so congratulations on your gains, my man. You deserve it for being the most perma Qcoin bull that I know out there. Rune over here. I was talking about consolidating my portfolio. Hey, I'll give you a little bit of a free alpha right here. Rune is one of mine. Okay, Rune's one of my picks. FTX going to be another huge one, like BNB. Let's take a look at Rune. Take a look at Thorchain. Yep, every alt has the same, like all the same pattern really across the board. So Rune, of course, if you go to ThorSwap, their multi-chain Chaos Net is still in beta testing. When the mainnet is released, prepare. All right, it's going to be some crazy pumps, and it's not going to last forever. So you're definitely going to want to sell when it does pump like crazy, right? We're traders. We're here to realize profits. We're not bag holders necessarily. So keep that in mind. But some levels that we're going to be looking at: all-time high $21.24, about 25 cents. Right, next level is $25, $31, $38, $50, and $54. So yeah, Rune. So even with these levels, that's not even going to be a 10x. So really, the big opportunity did pass on Rune. I don't want to say it can't go higher than a 10x, but it already went up. Like, if we look, Rune already went up from its all-time low, which was 2 years ago, 73,000%. We're looking 1 year ago. 1 year ago, Thorchain was trading at 40 cents. Okay, so it's already up 10x from there. Regardless, you put 10K into something and it doesn't 8x. If you complain about that, you're crazy, right? Turn 10K into 80 grand, that's a good day. But yeah, let's check the chat. Will Qcoin do a Binance? I honestly think it very much can have a run like Binance did have a run. Will it go to $600? Maybe not. Maybe $100 plus. I think is definitely in the cards. But that's still a very good run that can't be overlooked, right? If we see $100 KCS, we're trading at $13. So last week, like if we look at KCS on the chart, last week KCS was like $7-8. Let me look at this. And where did price turn? This is why we map supply and demand levels on the chart, right? I've literally had this supply zone on the chart since back here in April. Where did price turn? Exactly in the supply zone. So start mapping your supply and demand zones on the chart. Really, it helps out a lot. And how do you pick strong zones, you may ask? Well, I made plenty of YouTube content. I have 2 very in-depth videos about how to identify your supply and demand zones in the charts. So check out my trading tutorials playlist on the channel, right? I'll show you right now. So you would go to my channel. You would go to playlists. And you would go to trading tutorials right here. Okay? And in here I have a lot of trading content completely free to help you on your own technical analysis journey. From the feedback that I've gotten from those videos, I know it's helping people tremendously. So if you haven't watched those yet, definitely go ahead and watch those. You will not regret it. But yeah, KCS, guys, last week we're trading at $7. Now we're at $13. 2x in a week. Can it go to $100? Surely it can. Thanks, bro. No problem. If you had $1,000 to invest, how do you play it in this market? If I only had $1,000, I would either go all in on one strong altcoin, or I would split it up 500 into 2. And I would play those altcoins, wait for those to pump. When they pump, I would sell, take profit, and then I would recycle those gains into coins that haven't pumped yet. Then I would just repeat that process, grow the portfolio. Nice stream, Crypto Empire. Kenneth, my man, appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Check out QSwap, people. Yeah, I need to get onto QSwap myself. I'll make a YouTube video about QSwap. Qcoin's decentralized chain. What's your HODL portfolio? Join my Discord if you want to find my HODL portfolio. If you want to join the Discord, guys, head on over to Crypto Empire Co. That is cryptoempireco.io. All right, at the homepage, all you got to do is press join now. It's going to take you to the details of what the Crypto Empire Premium Discord is, and you can join right here. Use code FIRST25. You do get 50% off. If you want to see my HODL portfolio, that's where it is. Okay. Definitely going to watch them. Cool. Awesome. How much is MetaHero's token going to perform? Funny you bring up MetaHero. I had a friend who I haven't spoken to in a while. He's heavy into crypto. Like multiple Bitcoin. He has like 100K in altcoins. Been in it for a long time. And he was telling me about MetaHero. I haven't looked into this project yet. But if we go to their website, I was looking at it yesterday actually. Funny you bring this up. So be your own hero with our 3D technology. Create your own 3D avatar, scan and create 3D NFTs. So, this is they did a good job with the website. I haven't looked at the white paper yet. I don't really know what it's about. So in terms of what it can do and how high it will go, I can't answer those questions. I'm not well versed in the project. But apparently some YouTubers are talking about it, right? If those YouTubers are talking about it, you should definitely invest. No, right? Do your own research, right? Don't just blindly follow. Yeah, I don't really know what this is about, but I'll look into it and I'll keep you updated on that. Okay? Great stream. Appreciate the advice. No problem. Thanks for being here. Real life utility man. Great team. Freelancer. Interesting. Interesting. I need to look into this further. Definitely do. But at this moment in time, guys, any questions, let me know right now. I'm going to wrap this stream up. Thank you all for being here. Next stream will be next Sunday. We will have the usual YouTube content throughout the week. Hodl on, guys. I think this is going to turn around soon. I don't think that the market's going to turn bearish. I think with the stock to flow, we're right on time. Of course, we could see lower prices, but I don't think it's going to last a very long. And all that would do is present us with a limited time buying opportunity to get a lower average cost. Remember, Michael Saylor's average price is like 26K in Bitcoin. Elon Musk was buying in the 30K zones. If price goes lower than these levels, that just means that all these other huge institutions, Fortune 500 companies, Wall Street firms, will get a lower price on Bitcoin than Michael Saylor, the biggest Giga Chad out there. And I doubt that will happen. So we'll see what does happen. With that being said, thank you all for being here. My name is Connor.